Hello, everyone. We're ready for our very first artist presentation at New York City's Art Expo exhibition, an international gathering of over 200 artists, publishers, and galleries from around the world, showcasing exciting artwork, ceramics, sculptures, and much more. We take you behind the scenes to meet the makers whom we're presenting at this incredible event. Art Expo takes place between April 7th and 10th, so if you're in New York City, it's an unmissable event. The virtual exhibition goes live on April 1st. We will be sharing links to all our webcast interviews with the artists on our YouTube and other social media channels, and of course, share links to our storefront and artist dashboard at Art Expo. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram at let's_curate. Today, I'm speaking to Karen Neufeld, an acrylic artist from Canada. Her nature-inspired art is aimed at promoting awareness regarding conservation of land and animals that occupy her native Alberta. Her paintings are available on our platform, and we will also be sharing links to her special artworks that will be presented at Art Expo. Hello, and a big welcome to you, Karen. How are you today?
Hi, it's nice to see you from Canada. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm so excited to speak to you, and I have so many questions, so let's dive in. I want to kind of kickstart by getting a sense of your journey as an artist. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a person who loves to go out through Alberta. I go geocaching, I go camping, I sketch a little along the way, I paint a little along the way. And I just love to get out and about and show everybody what I've seen if they've never been to Alberta.
So when did you start, when did you kind of realize that, what, this is really something that's important to me and I want to pursue this? And how long has your journey as an artist been, and what has influenced you during your time, doing your work?
For this particular span of work, it's been a long time that I've been doing this. I kind of first started out through watercolors, and then eventually went through a few mediums, and eventually I landed on acrylics. I do a lot of sketching, I do a lot of acrylics, and they're both fast. I like them, they're quick, fast drying. And when I go out and about, I really enjoy bringing that back, or I can do it along the way. So that's kind of how that's evolved. And my Lay of the Land series, I can do a lot of mixing, well, not mixing, but putting colors side by side without having them to dry, like waiting a long time for them to dry.
So for listeners who are tuning in and who may be like myself, who's who's trying to understand different mediums and the different mediums that artists play with, did you ever work with watercolors, and what is it about acrylics specifically that really attracted you?
Yes, I did work in watercolors to begin with. And I often still take little packages of watercolor mediums out with me when I go, because they are quick and fast drying. The particular acrylics are a lot more brighter. Mm-hmm. And I find that I can smooth them or add mediums if I need to make them thicker. Also acrylics, I can get a fat body acrylic, which is a lot thicker, and I can actually dilute it a little bit if I want a thinner color on there. Currently, oil, I've tried oils and I like it, but I can't handle the smell. Mm-hmm. I have a really big problem with that. So acrylic is a really great medium for me to just use quickly.
I'm looking at this fantastic artwork, which I know you're presenting at Art Expo, and I can't stop looking at that. Can you tell us a little bit about how the idea came into being and why this particular animal?
I really enjoy a lot of animals from rural Alberta, of course, which I try to represent in a conservation aspect, as well as the land, a conservation aspect. But I chose this one. It's an elk, or otherwise known as a wapiti. They're quite abundant through rural Alberta. but I chose to use this canvas presented this way to display the lovely antlers. And I put a lot of color into and movement into the elk to represent a shape and a form. There's a lot of blues in here, and the elk also are great swimmers. So I try to represent it that way as well. But I also bring it back to the eyes, and I love eyes in animals. I think they kind of connect people's soul and the animal soul to the person, like to make a connection. And every animal I do, I make it a realistic eye, no matter how impressionistic the painting is. The eyes always are realistic.
I so agree with you, because, you know, there's something that really draws me in when I'm looking at the painting. Of course, the magnificent antlers, and like you said, you know, you beautifully explained that the way you've depicted movement, it's all so enchanting, but the eye is it's mesmerizing. And I feel you're right, because, you know, it shows vulnerability, it shows strength, it shows fear, it shows everything. And it's all, you know, I can almost like just focus on the eye and forget everything else. I feel you've done like such a fantastic job. It's textured, but it is just, you know, it just almost spiritual.
Yes, it is. I think it's a connection. Even when you meet an animal in real life, one of the things you do is make a connection with the animal's eyes. And that's one thing I wanted to bring about in the pictures that I do of animals, is to make that connection.
So what does it mean to you, Karen, as an artist, to present an art expo? You know, I've spoken to we have 2 other women artists who are also presenting, and it's always interesting to hear from a creative person what it means, because, you know, everyone has their own ideas on why they want to be at. Of course, it's an international event, and, you know, you are going to be showcasing your work to a wide audience. But personally for you, what do you feel about being there?
First of all, I think it's a great opportunity to be there. And I feel very privileged to be there, because there are thousands of other people who are presenting their work as well. I think it's an opportunity for me to show my work, of course, bring awareness of animals and landscapes of Alberta. And if they happen to come over to my website, that would be a great thing as well as your company of Let's Curate. I hope that it brings awareness for you guys as well. I'd love to come and visit, but unfortunately, that's not going to be happening. But I appreciate the opportunity.
Next year for sure, Karen. You know, I'm positive vibes that we, you know, actually have you in person at the event and, you know, present your own artwork, because that would be extra special. But of course, it's still very special for us to present this beautiful work this time for sure. I want to kind of wind down by asking you what we can expect from you in the near future. What is the next Karen Neufeld artwork or style of artwork that, you know, we cannot wait? So I'm just curious.
This is, of course, a series that I'm doing right now. I do enjoy this series. I might take a look at something similar to this, but a little bit looser.
Mm-hmm.
And I also would like to playing around with an idea of doing a children's book as well. So we'll see how things pan out. And I guess I'll have to keep you aware of what's going on right now. And I've had a lot of things that have been happening to me recently to keep going with this series. And I'm very pleased with that.
Thank you so much, Karen. Once again, it's an absolute honor for us to present this beautiful artwork of yours. See you soon. And thank you so much once again, Karen.
Thank you too. Take care.
You too. Thanks so much.